Hey guys, I love to buy in bulk, and that's because, for one, it ends up being a lot cheaper. If you find a good place in your surroundings or even online, stick to it. If not, I personally, most of the time, just go to Bulk Barn. Not too sure, I think in the States it's Whole Foods or there's all sorts of different little places that you can try. So, as you know, my main groceries, I usually use the Walmart app. I spoke to you guys a lot about it. It really helps me save some money. It helps me, as soon as I run out of something, I just add it on my app. And then as soon as I see that, I follow a plan and I see my grocery list, as I literally go to my fridge, I look at my list and I look at exactly what I need and I order just that. And that, I find, has saved me close to $200 just avoiding to go in the store, and it saves a lot of time and it's amazing. So the cool thing is, I want to flip the camera over and show you if ever whatever you ordered they don't have in the store or they're out of stock or anything, they will actually ship it directly to your home. So I got this today for my order that I picked up yesterday, so it's pretty quick. That I really want to just show you guys is what my typical grocery in bulk looks like. So again, I go to Bulk Barn. Some people will use the Costco option, and if you're a member there, you can order in bulk through Costco, through Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. There's a whole bunch of places that you guys can use, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like, and in my pantry what it looks like, just to make it a little bit easier and more visual for you. So, I love chia seeds. I use it for a lot of things, and you can use it as an egg replacement. So by using 1 tablespoon of chia and 3 tablespoons of water, you let it sit for a couple of minutes and it acts like an egg replacement, so you can use it in baking and all sorts of stuff. But it's also super loaded in omega-3s and 6s, and it's the perfect combination. So I usually add 1 nice big tablespoon in my smoothies just to give me all that extra good benefits. I always buy all my nuts and seeds raw, hulled, as raw as possible. Never buy the salted or the roasted or anything like that. You want to get as raw as possible. So here are my just my regular raw almonds, and you're always better off to soak your almonds. So I'll show you guys currently. I boiled some water. I added a full cup of cashews in here, and then I just filled it with the boiling water, and I'm letting it sit because my recipe for tonight calls for cashew cream. So, and it's also a lot easier to digest if you guys actually soak your nuts beforehand, before consuming them, even if you just kind of want to nibble on them. So soak them the night before, the next day drain them, put in a container, bring to work or whatnot. Next up, I have dark chocolate bits. So these ones are actually cocoa chips. They're a lot healthier for you, a lot lower in sugar, and I will usually add like 1 or 2 tablespoons in my pancakes or stuff like that. The kids love them, or my power bars and energy bars and stuff like that. So those are very, very, very good to add, and the kids love them. Next up is just regular walnuts. So this is another one. It's really good for you. It's got so many good healthy oils and just healthy nutrients in there that are good for you. So especially if you want to snack, the trail mix that I made yesterday was out of this world. You literally just mix a whole bunch of nuts and seeds together, put some maple syrup in there with vanilla, cinnamon, and you bake it in the oven. It was freaking delicious. It all disappeared. My hubby went through it in an instant. So that's next up. Cashews. Cashews is one of my favorite nut milks to make. It's super simple. You literally just put 1 cup of cashews with 4 cups of water in a blender. If you want to add vanilla, give you a vanilla flavor. If you want to sweeten, you can put 3 to 4 dates in it. And the cool thing about this one, you don't have to strain it. So it's really, really tasty. And same things for cashew creams and stuff like that. If you want to make a rosé sauce, usually cashews is what I add to the mix to make it creamy and kind of like a sweeter, amazing taste. Quinoa, definitely a staple. It's got a whole lot of goodness in there. I use my rice cooker to cook it, and it's literally 1 cup of quinoa for 2 cups of water for about 25 minutes. You can use it cold, hot, you can even put it in your smoothies, you can make quinoa milk, you can make a whole bunch of stuff. So super good for you, loaded with nutrients. Coconuts, try to always go for unsweetened. There's already enough sugar in everything that we eat, so whenever you guys buy stuff like this, always try to go unsweetened to avoid the extra sugars. You're better off sweetening it yourself, maybe with a tad of maple syrup or something like that. So this is just the shredded unsweetened coconut. Again, the raw pepitas or pumpkin seeds. No salt, no roasted, no nothing, just raw. It's super good for you, super high in iron, amazing. I don't put them in my smoothies necessarily, but I always put them in my salads, in my trail mixes, a whole bunch of different recipes that I make, so super tasty. This I saw, I decided to just give it a try. It's brand new, and it's quinoa pasta, and it's gluten-free, so I thought I would just give it a try. This is just like a bonus. And then I was out of flax, so always buy whole flax. And the thing with flax seeds is that you need to grind it for your body to be able to absorb it. So it needs to be in a powder form to be able to get absorbed by your body. However, it loses its good oils very, very quickly. So the trick with this is that you keep this, I'll show you guys the containers that I use afterwards. But you want to just do maybe 1 cup at a time. You throw it in a blender, you turn it into a powder, and then you put it in a container and keep it in the freezer. And then same thing as the chia seeds, you can put 1 tablespoon of ground flax with 3 tablespoons of water. You let it sit for a couple of minutes and it turns into like a jelly, and that's what you can use as an egg replacement as well. Super loaded and all sorts of good stuff for you. And last but not least, I got a whole bunch of hemp seeds. This baby is one of my favorite plant-based proteins. 1 tablespoon has 4 grams of protein, so extremely high. I don't personally like the hemp milk. Definitely way too earthy for me, but I do throw it in all my salads. I throw it in any pancakes that I make, any bars that I make. I throw it in a lot of different stuff. So these are all super tasty. Now to store them, I literally went to the dollar store and I got a whole bunch of these glass containers. Now I wrote on them. You can do it however you want, but I literally just loaded my pantry with all sorts of good stuff. Same thing for lentils. Lentils in bulk, super cheap and super easy to make, loaded with protein and all sorts of good stuff. But again, and if there's special directions, I'll actually leave the little paper on how to bake it or how to cook it inside. So, because this like black rice, wild rice, I don't do often. So instead of always looking it up, I just leave the paper in there so that I can have it quick access to it. Sometimes, you know, here I bought red lentils in a bag. I don't always go to a bulk store. Here I needed some, so I grabbed a bag real quick. Same thing for this. I don't buy it often, and I needed it, so I bought it. It was in one of the recipes. So you can be creative. You can either buy small bags like that and then store them, or you can go in bulk. Same thing for down here. Here's a little bit messier, not as organized, but get a little bit, you know, you get a little bit more of a sense of how I store my stuff. But this is more my baby. This is where I hang out for my recipes. And to finish off, I want to show you guys my meal plan for tomorrow. This is the amazing program that I've been doing. It's a whole food 21-day cleanse. It's amazing. It's from the girls at Simple Green Smoothies, and I love them. And I am feeling amazing. And not only that, as I can't even eat all this food, so I end up having to bring back home quite a few things, but it's so amazing. Tomorrow is day 3. It's carrot pineapple smoothie, key lime popsicles for snack, black bean zucchini tacos for dinner, pineapple heaven in a bowl for snack, and then baked hash cakes with peas for dinner. So stand by for more recipes along the way. But I hope that that was helpful. If you guys buy in bulk, maybe comment below. Let me know where you guys actually buy your stuff. I'm always open to new suggestions, or if you guys find a special price. Like my best friend messaged me the other day saying that Costco had this amazing sale on a whole bunch of nuts. So that was an amazing. I love getting that feedback. So whatever you guys use, whatever you guys, even if for storage, if you guys know of a different way to store all your stuff that you find it keeps longer, please comment it below so I know what to look for. Like I just bought those glass containers at a dollar store because I needed a whole bunch and I want to be able to write on them. But if ever you guys know of another type that is super useful, that it keeps it kind of good longer, or fresh longer, I guess I could say, excuse my English, or if ever you guys know of a specific type that works really well, comment below, let me know, and hope you guys have an amazing night.